I'm not gonna walk in. This movie didn't deserve me walking in. Have you ever seen anything so awful that the entire idea of it makes you want to take a bunch of sleeping pills, put a plastic bag over your head, pour yourself with gasoline, cut your wrists open, set yourself on fire, and jump out of the window and shoot yourself mid-air? I have seen things. Terrible things. Look, I know this is a lengthy video. So for all of you just tuning in for the first couple of minutes, here's the problem in a nutshell.
I carried a watermelon.
I carried his watermelon.
Go. Good. Good. Now hold the position. Hold it. Good. Don't break. Don't break. Good. Good. Hold.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
And now, we're going to go to the details. I don't think one can call this a review anymore. This is an execution. Hello there, and welcome to the Movie Void, where we review whatever the fuck we feel like reviewing. Before I started this, I already drank 3 beers, so this is my 4th one. And I think whiskey mode isn't that far away. This was fucking... words can't say how painful it was to sit through this piece of shit.
I'm not very sure what it is, but it feels like cramps. But
Yeah! Before I say anything else, I recommend that you guys are at least familiar with the original. If you aren't, check out my review of the original. Over there. I think over there is more like it. Yeah. Check that out. Otherwise, this won't be making any sense to you. Anyway, the mistakes of this remake already start at the entire concept of the whole thing. Making a TV movie of the original that is supposed to be a remake is already a formula that cannot work. TV movie productions can hardly ever achieve the quality and the standard of a classic. For this to have worked in any kind of way, you would have needed to make something completely different. I don't know what. Dirty Dancing in the medieval times, Dirty Dancing in modern times, Dirty Dancing in space, Dirty Dancing in biblical times, Dirty Dancing with cats, Dirty Dancing with dogs, Dirty Dancing with pine cones. I do not know. Anything that would be like an original concept and that wouldn't try to do a masterpiece justice. Okay, I understand somebody could now come up and say, but they made a musical version of it, mind you. This was not a musical version of anything. A film that just makes the cast sometimes sing the soundtrack of the original in a very crappy way, without contributing much or anything at all to the plot in these scenes, doesn't really make it be a musical. So, it's pretty much impossible, like, for everyone who's at least a bit familiar with the original, to go watch this movie without being at least a bit skeptic that this is gonna suck ass. And then that bomb fucking hits you straight in the fucking face. It's like you just crapped your biggest fucking diarrhea that you ever had in your life, and you're just about to flush it, but instead of going down the drain, it just flies back into your fucking face. To tell you everything that is wrong here, I would need at least 6 fucking hours. Minimum. Let's start with the cast. Baby is played by Chanel No. 5 from Scream Queens.
Clearly, there is only one person to blame for all of this. Number 5.
Wait, what?
Now, normally I wouldn't mind Chanel No. 5 from Scream Queens in anything else. She was in films like Maggie or Final Girl, where her performance was totally alright. Totally fine. Nothing to say about it. But Jennifer Grey, she was like a slim, polite, fun, outgoing person in a way. Chanel No. 5 is chubby.
3, 4, use your hips.
She is klutzy. She is stiff.
Touch your hips, just use them.
Yes, one of us will probably die, and yes, it'll probably be number 5 because the joints in her lower body don't seem to move when she runs, but
She talks like she just shat herself so many times.
You know, you may act like you're this too cool for school jackass, but you don't fool me.
She doesn't feel like Baby at all. Then you have this new dude who nobody's ever heard of, called Colt Prates. I did a little digging and found out that this guy is a dancer. Believe it or not, this guy is actually a dancer.
Well, Colt is a professional dancer.
I knew you were going to say that.
He looks like this retarded version of Fonzie, but just in really, really old compared to the other people in the movie. And the thing is, his dancing sucks. And Chanel No. 5 in that matter.
Like, I'm not a dancer, I'm not graceful, I can't even walk in a straight line. Wow, she's so poised. Like, nobody's ever said that about me.
Did you ever consider not taking the role because of the fact that you weren't a good dancer?
Yes.
She didn't even know how to dance. So you have this person who can't dance with this person who thinks he can dance, and he's just totally stiff as a stick. And they're just trying to... It looks awful. It looks horrible. I want to vomit at the sight of each step they make. And there is absolutely no chemistry between the two. Absolutely none at all.
You should be on Broadway.
Like, none.
Yeah, right.
It's like they're strangers. I know. Then you have Nicole Scherzinger from the Pussycat Dolls playing Penny. And even though her performance now ain't shit, it doesn't feel like Penny. It doesn't really feel like she belongs here. She's not this naive dance instructor that accidentally gets knocked up suddenly. She seems like this grown, wise woman who's been through all sorts of shit.
I think you're brainwashed.
I think you're too much in your head, baby. Because dancing comes from down here.
And it just doesn't fit the tone of the movie whatsoever. Lisa Houseman, baby sister, if you recall, is played by Sarah Hyland. And Sarah Hyland is so lovable and so adorable. She's like you just popped her out of a fucking Disney movie. But I will get to the way they fuck up Lisa Houseman later. Now the parents. Deborah Messing playing the mom would have almost worked if they didn't fuck up major plot points of the movie. Bruce Greenwood, who's playing the father, is way too of a bitter old man. Because the acting isn't as big of a problem as the way they fucked up the plot and changed the characters. The only one to do a reasonable performance with their acting is Katie Sagal, also known as Peggy Bundy, who plays the older woman who is constantly trying to get into Johnny's pants, and Trevor Einhorn, who plays Neil Kellerman.
Neil.
I hear you're going to Mount Holyoke. Single-sex education is superior in my opinion.
Okay, now let's look at the iconic scenes of Dirty Dancing. How they were remade to do the original justice. First of all, just take the look of everything. It feels like High School Musical. And when our main cast is involved, it is a High School Musical.
Shaking going on, baby, just let go. Shake, baby, shake it. Shake, baby, shake it. Shake, shake it, baby, shake it.
Now look at the classic I Carried a Watermelon scene.
I carried his watermelon.
Chanel number 5 says that as if she just said,
I shat myself.
And mind you, she's not carrying a watermelon. She's carrying 3 fucking watermelons, for fuck's sake. This movie also generally feels the need to over-explain itself constantly. Everything that happens needs to be explained. The best example is that Baby doesn't want to be called Baby anymore.
I was still known to my family as Baby.
Better change your name, kid, because you're not a baby anymore.
But everyone calls me Baby. Does that bother you? No, not really. My sister couldn't say Francis for the longest time, so she called me Baby. Kind of just stuck. And stop calling me Baby.
She's a grown woman. She doesn't need my permission.
He's not ready for you to grow up. But he doesn't have a choice. You're not the same girl you were 3 weeks ago. Doesn't Baby look beautiful tonight?
She's going to college, Marjorie. She wants to be called Francis.
I stopped being the baby.
Oh, shut up, number 5.
And Penny's pregnancy, which totally seems mega dramatic in the original, is handled the cheap way. You find out that Penny is pregnant by seeing her vomit a little. Yes, folks, we are taking the soap opera Lifetime movie method. It will do the original justice. When Baby decides that she wants to help out with the situation by dancing with Johnny, she doesn't really say that she wants to help. She hires Johnny for dance lessons.
I want to hire you for dance lessons.
This makes the relationship already seem more like a professional relationship and not like a love story, yet alone friendship. The first dance scene, the one where I actually danced to when I was doing the review of the original, is like handled like a scene that never mattered in the movie. It's almost ignored. Oh my god, did she gain weight in the last scene? Then we get to the hungry eyes scene where they keep training, but all the training montages, they seem like this totally sick joke, because it's like this guy who can't dance and pretending that he can dance, teaching this girl who can't move and will never be able to dance. It's like the blind leading the blind! And when we get the dance scene on the log, they add some wonderful whimsical dialogue such as this.
The log is your friend.
My log has something to tell you. Do you know it?
Oh, now comes the lift scene in the water.
Good, hold.
Oh, stick a hot dog in it, humanity.
Cause it fucking looks like a whale having a seizure. The dialogue is completely fucked up at points.
The guy said he was a real doctor.
Did he wear any gloves?
He said he was a cameraman. Did he have a dog? It's the same level of sense.
And if you look at the history of Citizen Kane and you look at the history of the Rome, you know what? We are on the same level.
So while in the original, Johnny is just this regular kind of well-spirited poor guy who's trying to make money from his dance lessons, in this film, they make him look like a total twat. But by casting an actor who it looks like this and acts like this and talks like this, I understand why the screenwriters would feel the need to make him look like an absolute retard. Because he's illiterate.
I wasn't like you, baby. Every time I look at a book, the letters start swimming around on the page.
He was in jail?
I served 9 months in county jail.
He got kicked out of the house?
And when I got home, my father had changed the locks on the door.
And then he did heroin! That's Johnny for you. That's Johnny from the romantic love story in the 60s. And after Penny's abortion, Johnny gives Baby's father the money back.
Here's the money Baby borrowed from you. Every cent.
It's just something that, given the circumstances, doesn't feel right at all. Now let's take a look at the scene where Johnny leaves. First of all, look at their last lines.
I love you, Johnny. And I always will.
Oh, the travesties number 5 pulls out of her hemorrhoids seem never ending. This is a point in the movie where you realize that the person who was responsible for the script didn't really bother looking at the source material. Because one of the things that made Johnny and Baby so fucking special was the fact that they never really had to say that they loved each other. You never see Patrick Swayze or Jennifer Grey saying, "I love you," because you see in their chemistry, you see in the way they act, the things they say to each other, the way they behave with one another, that they love each other. If they say it, it seems forced. It ruins the chemistry. It doesn't feel real anymore. Look, here's something funny. This is how lazy this movie was. Look how Johnny first puts the suitcases into this van and then drives away on a motorcycle. And the finale closing scene. Just look at the way Johnny walks in.
This was a summer I'll always remember. Summer of family. Summer of friendship. A summer of
love.
The cover of the movie, like the poster, where they are in that famous position where the dance starts, they never have this position. Now, let's get to the horrific changes this movie did from the original. But first, I'm gonna go get my whiskey. Oh, look, it's a fresh bottle. Haha! Oh, and this is a Baratheon cup. They're dead now. Just like my faith in everyone working at this movie is. Well, first of all, there are two major differences. For some strange reason, the writers thought it was a really good idea to bring in this subplot about the parents. And it doesn't belong in this film at all. Well, it starts off with baby's mother feeling underfucked.
You haven't touched me in almost a year.
Can we please not have this conversation right now?
And throwing herself constantly at her husband and complaining why they ain't doing it anymore.
And I don't know what to do with myself.
So take up needlepoint or gardening.
I don't need a hobby, Jake. I need a husband.
I'm right here.
No, you're not.
And they keep discussing their marriage and shit. And they take it so far that they're actually getting a fucking divorce.
I called a lawyer.
You did what? What, you asking for a divorce?
Yes.
Later on, there is actually a scene where baby and her sister walk in on them having sex, and they're all excited about it because they're not having a divorce. And this whole subplot, they focus on it so badly that you sometimes think that this movie isn't really about Johnny and baby, but about the parents getting a fucking divorce. And you start feeling like you're not watching Dirty Dancing anymore than this cheap Lifetime movie about this family that is falling apart. The second thing that they do is they put so much focus on the woman who is always trying to get into Johnny's pants. Generally, the entire relationship between Johnny and Peggy Bundy, there is way too much focus on it. They give Peggy Bundy the chance to sing Fever on the stage. She is constantly doing shit with Johnny. She gives him a fucking Rolex at one point.
Wait just a second. I have something for you.
She is banging on the door while Johnny and baby are having this totally romantic moment.
Johnny, I know you're in there. I heard voices. I want another rat bastard in my life. I'll get another husband. Oh, Al, take me again.
They're giving her this totally significant role. And what's even weird is that Johnny is keeping this thing a secret. Whereas in the original, Johnny actually just does it to please Mr. Kellerman, the guy who runs this place. He wants him to give these women a good time. Why is Johnny doing this at all? For the money. Still! If he's in love with baby, he wouldn't do such a thing. Another weird thing is that they're making Lisa Houseman be this totally likable character. She's like Baby's younger sister. They have this lovable relationship to each other. And by doing that, you're ruining the whole entire concept of Baby becoming a woman. Baby is supposed to be this contrast, this big contrast to her sister. And even though they talk about her being a contrast in this movie, she actually isn't a contrast to her at all. They get along just fine. They never fight whatsoever. Her sister is this totally sweet, innocent girl who wouldn't fuck around at all. While Lisa Houseman is this regular slut who just wants to, like, get together with any guy as fast as she can. In the original. And here she's actually, like, defending herself when this guy is trying to make out with her.
Robbie, stop. Oh, stop. Wait, stop it. Robbie, stop it. No, Robbie. I said no, you jerk.
By making them so equally nice, it generally ruins the niceness of Baby. And that funny thing with the Hawaiian ukulele performance in the original dies. It's just not there anymore. That was like the comic relief the original had to offer. Next to the comedian that sucked, which they totally left out in this movie. Another thing is the role of Neil Kellerman is totally misplaced because Neil Kellerman is supposed to be the slimy cheeseball.
I love to watch your hair blowing in the breeze.
In the original, he helps the storyline progress by showing that Baby doesn't fall for some slime balls who are just out to impress her. Here they make Baby have this totally friendly relationship with Neil Goldman suddenly.
Someone else?
What?
Even though the actor that they cast is even more slimy and more of a bigger sleazeball than the original Neil Goldman. You could have done something with this! Yeah, I'm gonna go kill myself. This fucking remake is making me want to go all Hannah Baker on our fucking asses. Okay. Now the last big change in this film I feel the need to talk about is the ending. The whole thing is done the way like that Baby... The whole thing is done in the sense that Baby is going to a theater performance, and when the movie ends, the theater performance ends, and then she meets Johnny, who she hasn't seen in years. It seems like she wrote a book about their relationship. And since now he looks like a high school teacher, he was able to read this book, and he made a play/musical out of it. And then Baby's new family walks in with husband and child. And it lets us know that Baby and Johnny know they are not together. Remember when you reviewed the original and I was talking about the ending? How it is one of the happiest endings I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it moved me so much while I was reviewing it that I had the need to talk to you guys about my past relationships. Not a lot of movies do that to me, because the ending was just so sweet, special, and perfect. It was an ending that made you believe in love. And by changing this ending into this form, it actually makes the original look worse. Because if you imagine Johnny and Baby not staying together, or at least being together in the future, you're telling your audience not to believe in love. Yes, I know, La La Land is a very trendy movie at the moment. But going for a trend and sacrificing the message of the movie, which is to believe in love, is just the most horrific, heartless, painful thing anyone could do to this. I'm going to drink this drink now. You guys have about 5 to 10 seconds, more like 6, 7, to turn down your volume a little bit, because I am going to get very, very loud after this drink. What the fuck were you thinking when you even thought about doing this? What the fuck is wrong with you people? Are you trying to ruin the childhoods of millions of movie lovers out there? Are you trying to destroy the hopes and dreams of people who still are looking for the strength to believe in love? Are you fucking retarded? Are you trying to make people go all Hannah Baker on your ass? What the fuck is wrong with you assholes who made this movie? Are you some sadistic, schizophrenic psychopaths who just want to mess with people's minds because that is exactly what you're doing? How the fuck can you do that? I'm fucking drooling! I would like to throw something, but I like these things. It's a Hannah Baker tape! You know what's really great? When you listen to the things the actors had to say about this.
She was like, if you mess this up, I will kill you. And I was like, oh.
How the fuck are you still alive, number 5? Look, the problem with these movies is it's fast, it works well, it generates a crowd, people start talking. You take a classic, it doesn't matter how good or bad it is. You have the name Dirty Dancing, you have the name Rocky Horror Picture Show, and that is enough to draw a bunch of people to care about the crap that you made. You don't even have to research the source material. No, you don't even have to pay attention to the actors. No, none of that matters. The thing is, get it out fast, produce it, make it as cheap as you can. It has a brand name on it. It's gonna make money. And as long as we have people doing this shit, we have a bunch of people out there who are just set to ruin dreams and childhood memories with crap. I know some of you are thinking I'm taking this way too personally, that this isn't something that you're supposed to get this pissed off about. But think about it. Think about people who have really original ideas to make a movie. People who have written scripts. People who have thought of amazing things. Who would really need some money to bring some big motherfucking good ass shit out. Just think about those people. And think about the fact that They made this instead. I'm so fucking tired of lazy writers.
I'm tired, I'm wasted. I love you, darling.
People who just rely on things that happened in the past and are trying to make a big buck out of it. They just want to be fast, they just want to get their shit out, they just want to make money. For the price of our fucking childhood. I mean, come on. Anybody involved in this movie, look at me. Look at how fucking upset you made me. And I'm not the only one. There are a lot of people out there who are physically hurt by this.
What the hell is wrong with you?
You don't mess with things like that. No, you don't. And believe me, there are good remakes in this world. This isn't a world where remakes have gone completely wrong. Just look at this list over here. Those are my favorite horror movie remakes. And they're really good, all of them. If you do it the right way, it works. Dear writers out there, everyone, do something new. Start something fresh. Don't rely on a brand name. Be authentic. Be real. Be true. Because only that way you will make a name for yourself. Only that way you will get your own fan base. And everything else is just a lie. Like this motherfucking piece of shit. This was the movie Void. You will see me when you see me. And this was not the summer of love. This was physical pain.
The night we met, I knew I needed you so. And if I had the chance, I'd never let you go. And if you say you love me, I'll make you so proud of me. We make them turn their heads in every place we go. So won't you be my little baby? I wanna know. Say, be my darling. Be my baby now. Oh, 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 oh. I'll make you happy, baby. Just wait and see.
I carried his watermelon.